hello. Welcome back to I Am Dead. Rather appropriate title. The Boats of Shelmerston section, if you're really curious about the details for some reason. I don't fault you, it's just... Let me check my audio real quick. I hope it's fine. I can hear myself say the Boats of Shelmerston, and that's really all I care about in life. And in death. Let us launch back in. I'm hoping this might be the sort of, wind down towards the end. Let's see if that's the case. Take me to the boats. Back to the boats, my mustache hairs crave the sea breeze. Tell me, will my mustache hairs be satisfied? Yeah. So far, yeah. It's a bit foggy, but my mustache likes that kind of thing. Alright. What are we looking for here? We have 5 mementos, it appears. Super goose. Ah. I'm going to try not to get too raunchy with it, but... Let's start here. Let's give it the old gruff super goose. Cornelia Kircher chartered this luxury seaplane to fly her and her artist friends, I put my pinky out when I said that, to Shelmerston for the sculpture park opening at Outall. Alright, there is a memento of a small fish. A small fish named Chach. Chach knows there is toast on this seaplane. He just knows it. Deep in his fish bones, I suppose. Oh, hello. A 23-month streak, my goodness. That is so kind of you, thank you. And it's going all right. I was mentioning, if you're a part of my Discord chat, sorry, we'll be right back with you, that I'm having a little emergency maintenance issue at my place. Apparently someone showed up and removed my air conditioning unit and then left for the weekend. And the complex said they're just at the wrong building. So I don't have any AC right now, but Gugh is going to help me out with that. He's going to splash a little droplet upon my face every once in a while, and it's going to be fine. We'll get through this together. So I'll be right back. Ugh. I guess I do need to do a memento first before Sparky will activate. I was going to say we could check for Grenkins. I almost said we could check for Gherkins, but that's not on the Super Goose. Tell me, Gugh, what do you have for us? How do I say this?
I swim with a
Nipples
pod
are
south
prominent.
of the Fire Isles. I believe the dry-siders call the larger one Shelmerston. It's where the
what
ceremony
they call it?
happens. For the dry-sider who stopped the world from cracking. That's where I first heard talk of toast, and where I met the friend called Samphire.
Well, this all sounds like a love mythology. I can't wait to hear more about it. Tell me more, Gugh. Particularly appropriate with this tableau swooshing around in the waves.
I did not believe it at first. A food which snaps so dry. Then one morning at sunup, I followed the ship and caught a blackened slice as it arced into the water. This was the start of my lifelong love of toast.
Man, I wish there was anything that I knew of in life that made me this passionate.
I
It'd
saw
be nice.
Samphire on the dry side and came up out of the sea to ask them for toast. They asked me to put on some pants, but I refused to
Please,
denigrate myself with dry-side fabric. No
Get your
matter,
earth
I had
pants out
brought
of
some
here.
shiny coins with me that I found on the seabed and secreted in my swimming folds.
Oh, he's making such a meal out of this. I'm really enjoying it.
Sam took
Tell
me
me
to
more
their
about your
parents'
sea
toast
folds.
shack. They refused to serve me without clothes. They also told me that my shiny coins were unsuitable, too old. So Sam lent me some trousers,
just
and
make
I
them
swept the
more
toast shack
valuable?
in return for crispy slices. Sam taught me some of the ways of the dry siders, but to be honest, I'm only interested in the toast. I never wanted to eat anything else. Sam understood this.
It's not. We'll loan you some pants and understand your need for toast.
I spend my nights swimming through the black waters of the deepest ocean trenches. By day, I come up onto quayside and fill up on finest crusted seedy bloomer, almost black, no butter.
No butter, he says, as if to put butter on it would be sacrilegious, instead of how I view it, which is sacrilegious. Thank you. Thank you for your memories.
Big piece of toast right now. But,
No butter.
yeah, with butter.
Ah, I see. He's counteracted me. You've made me look like a right fool, Morris. And on a day like today, where I already look like such a right fool due to my large rubber nose. It's fine, Morris. You move along. So, Sparky, care to jump in on this? Care to get involved? No? Oh, I probably have to find the thing first. Fair enough. Sorry, Gich. I'll be right back. Huh. Lovely little cross-section we've got going. The cockpit. Best not to speak of that here. We have some foodstuffs, but it does not appear to be toast. He's got those apple-bottom jeans. I mean, he's an... wait, I got all confused. Nothing here but liquids. That's pretty much the antithesis of toast. None of that, thank you. There is no toast in the plush sofa. Cornelia Kircher, are you hiding the toast in the folds of your fabulous and stylish kimono? Is that what's happening? Aha! Let's check. Gich's favorite toast. Untitled.
It's a shame.
You've
But
broken
it doesn't
through
seem
my
like there's a
ceiling,
whole lot
covered
of
in
toast on
insulation.
this side.
Well, hello. What an entrance. If I had a small trophy to give out, like every day, for someone who made the best entrance of the day, I think you'd be a strong contender. Though I'm not sure if I want to put you that high up on the podium in case you have a dizzy spell. Your poor little knees couldn't take it. It's not that long of a fall, but still, your poor little knees. It's so nice to see you there. Sorry, I was talking, Morris. It's a shame, but doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of toast on this side. The ghostly side, you mean? The afterlife of toast? Just a toastless eternity? Sounds dreadful. All right, Sparky. Don't disappoint me now. My love, my own. My sweet super goose.
I'm getting the
There
scent
she
of
is.
Grenkins again, Morris. I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
Good evening. So nice to see you. Thank you, Sparky. I appreciate that. The goose again. Oh, she's got the scent. What is it? What is it? Some sort of teapot with the lid open? I don't believe that it's chili jam, but let's check. Does not appear to be tomatoes and cheese. Ah, one of the liquor bottles, perhaps? Oh, the entire thing. Cool. I thought we'd need a whole lot more zooming than that. But it was over right quick. Alright, so we're looking for 8 more. Good. Not too order. Let's go find them. See you next time, Super Goose. Ooh! Can't wait. Alright, Perseverance. A small, traditional wooden fishing boat. Only the hard work and dedication of the crew allows her to compete with the large trawlers. I've heard that that's a problem. Competing with the large trawlers. The Perseverance has an RX number. This tells us that she is registered to Rye Harbor on the mainland, probably for accounting reasons. Oh, so nice to see you there. Sorry if I missed you. Take care for now. Did he just call me a super goose? No, but I've got one ready for you if you'd like it. You just let me know the when and where. That was a very direct threat, and I'd like to apologize before the police get involved. Alright, let's check the Perseverance for Grankins. It is a scarab. I would know a scarab anywhere, those tingly little antennae running up my upper thighs. The back of my upper thighs, I feel I should clarify. Again, the police... never mind. Alright, the skipper's chair. Let's perhaps search here first. Nothing. Skipper, you've disappointed me again. Aw, you can actually see the tea in it. They've thought of everything. Gorgeous. Alright, how extra secret compartment. No? Shelmerston. Let's start at the first word. We'll get there. Smuggling on Shelmerston is a two-way operation. You mean those who smuggle and those who receive said smuggled goods? What do you mean by this? A larger keg. That's the one. Let's just angle that lid off of it. Nice. Oh, it's fresh and buff. It's just what I like in a good lager. Watch your language, Kranken. How could you say that on my stream? Alright, so he does have a memento. Since we already found the Kranken here, let's go ahead and clear the Perseverance entirely.
By the time Sam started as the Arbor in 79, the fishing industry in Shelmerston was on its arse. No way to compete with those factory trawlers from the mainland, was there? Couldn't moor those things anywhere near the island, even if we had them. Of course we were all smuggling, stands to reason, done it? There was no money. All those old fishing sheds on the quay, the ones the tourists like, were falling down. Old place looked, pardon me, like a tip.
I don't know exactly what that means in your rustic slang, but I'm assuming it's like a dump. Looks like a dump? Is that... question mark? Hello there in the chat. I see your call of the dark dice. Dafikma. Do you
There was a lot of
seek
trouble
him?
at first. Sam trying to stick by the rules and
I
catch
do.
us out any way they could. And us trying any which way to give her the runabout. Wasn't
Welcome,
easy, mind
welcome.
you. She was smart, that Sam. You never knew when they were going to pop her head out of the water beside your tub. And to be fair to Sam, some of them smuggling boys were bad uns. Worse stuff than booze on some of them boats, and that's the truth. Probably no bad thing Sam put a stop to it.
Oh no. I hope that a bad smuggling boy doesn't pop his head out of the water beside my tub.
But in time, Sam
I
started
hope-
to see how things were, how we do things, and we came to an understanding of sorts. If Sam turned a blind eye to a bit of the decent stuff, the harmless stuff, then we'd report the worst of it. I mean, we all want to keep the seas safe, stands to reason. Plus, Sam was partial to a bottle or two of the sheep shank on occasion. Oh, yeah.
2, 3, 6. Oh, that's Sam. He did enjoy the sheep shank. Hello. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub. That is so kind of you. So nice to see you guys here. I love all your work. Oh, that's tremendously kind. Clearly, you haven't heard all of my work if you love all of it. I'm going to send you some tapes. Yes, I mean actual tapes of my work. I don't have a player. I'm gonna have to figure that part out. Another subscription, my goodness. You're on a roll. A downright streak.
Sam was sharp as a gutting knife. They made us hand over
That is
some
so
of the,
kind.
shall we say, dividends to fix up the quay. All them sheds and that. Make them into something we can be proud of. Turn things around for Shelmerston, that did. Now we get more of those tourists since the big ferry started. And they love a day out on a boat. Ken takes them all out, he does.
Are they birds or are they porpoises? I mean, it's really none of my business. And even, trying to decide is just a huge overstep of boundaries. But are they birds? I think most tourists here on the island of Shelmerston are in fact
At the
birds.
same time, Sam
And I
organised
don't
a
know
kind
why
of
they'd
work
enjoy
sharing
being on
thing
a
with the
boat
fish
otherwise.
folk. Got some of them to swim along with the fishing boats, help them locate the biggest shoals. Gave those big trawlers with all their fancy radar gear a run for their money. We'll never be big players in the fishing down here. But thanks to Sam, we hold our own. Bless him.
Thank you for the memories. I deeply enjoyed it. Especially the
I reckon I
illustrated
still
belly
have a bottle or
buttons.
two of sheep shank stashed away at the museum. Don't suppose anyone will ever drink them now.
Well, we could go back there and just try to wrap our ghost lips around the rim of a bottle, just... But maybe that wouldn't be appropriate to do right into the microphone. Maybe that's not appropriate. Something to think about for next time. Hello? Seismologists. Oh, they're worried about that impending volcano. As are we all. Doug Bradfield and Angie Potts. I think this is the same description we read in a past. Yes. Okay, this part we have not read. Doug and Angie are now torn between staying on Shelmerston to see how the geological situation develops over the next few days, and jumping on the ferry. Well, that might sink it. The ferry home immediately, to get off the island as quick as possible. So if the seismologists are shaking their head and covering just lips with their oversized hot dog fingers, I'm thinking we might want to get the hell out of here. Anyway, enjoy your hot dog fingers. Love you. The Maisie Louise. A modern trawler. Well, rub it in, why don't you? With a refrigerated hold. The Maisie Louise is registered in Shelmerston, hence the shh number. She is actually Shelmerston's biggest fishing boat. It's gonna take forever to search this gargantuan beast. Sorry I said that about you, Maisie. Rude. Alright, so I'm looking for some sort of stack of knickknacks. A knickknack stack, if you will. Maybe the inside of someone's mouth with a lot of very poorly made fillings. I'm not entirely sure. It could be this banana, which is not labeled a banana, but rather dessert. And I commend that. Potassium rich. Lunch. I love these labels. Chips. Those are good for any time of day. No label needed. Dinner is in this box. Breakfast here. Let's start with breakfast. What have you done with my breakfast? A single unbattered onion ring and some sort of gummy lemon? This is not nutritious. Fine, I'll eat it. Fine. Check the chips. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Packed with starch. And for dinner, another burger. Not very imaginative, are we? Well, it's none of my business, really. Alright, the wheelhouse, that is not in mine. We'd best stay far away. That shelf back there kinda looks like. But the shelf disappears when you zoom in. Okay, fair enough. The head. The less said about this place, the better. However, we are out of toilet paper, both rolls, so I'm beginning to wonder. Oh good, there's more. Whew. Thank goodness my curiosity was so quickly satisfied. As were my heads. Couldn't have said it that way. Let's all just agree as a group to pretend I didn't say it that way. Winkle Bob's backpack. You're leading me down a primrose path into the sticky, sticky mire of burrs. that is me making saucy euphemisms. How do you expect me to get past this? Somebody's got a museum pin. I feel seen. Alright, I am not thinking it is any of these things that we're looking for. So what would it be? The sink area. Pineapple pizza. Good choice, good choice. Ham and pineapple. Green striped tea bags. It's the drink that... Cheers! I just wanted to wish you cheers right here in the tagline for the product. I hope I was not too forward of me. It's Rab's turn to buy them. Does that mean there are... Oh, there's one left. They're the circular kind. An Arvum Inspire Classic J350. They used to have one of those smart kettles, but it got progressively dumber. Alright, this does not appear to be what we need. Let's check the lower cabinets. I learned my lesson. Is there a second pizza in that box that has no toppings whatsoever? You picked a controversial top and then no toppings, not even cheese, for the second? I'm beginning to wonder about you, Maisie Louise. I'm beginning to wonder about you. Check the kitchen. What manner of pizza be this? Ah, good. Sensible. Ham and mushroom. Don't pretend like you need an excuse for saucy euphemisms. Now, that's fair. I was trying to throw some of the scent off of me, but it didn't work. You're too smart for that sort of thing. Like a kettle. Alright, nothing's vibrating with closeness. Especially not my prior partners. And so... I'm at a loss. It may not be in this area of the ship. Simon Grund. You throw a Y on that, we've got ourselves a Batman villain. Why? Well... it's really none of my business. The back deck, really? You're just... You want me not to be inappropriate about the location on your boat where you're gently smoking, called the back deck. That's where the ropes and nets are stored. Not just left around randomly, I can assure you, but stored in a tidy pile. I feel like we were lied to by that dialogue. By that text description, I mean. However, these buoys do look a little bit like what we're looking for. If they just had, like, a stick in them. Some sort of stick and perhaps a crystal ball. This chain. No. Life jackets. Surely the life jackets wouldn't let us down. But they did. They let us right down. Otter boards. I wanted to say outer boards so badly because those T's are close together and sort of swoopy, but no. Sometimes called trawl doors, these large metal things keep the mouth of the trawl net open as it passes along the seabed. Sounds like this. We're learning together. What's under the big net? Have you caught a merman? No, it's just abstract art beneath the big net. Okay. Did I miss any potential gropables? Tell me. Who have I failed to super goose? That seems to be about all of the gropables. Well, except for, of course, Winkle Bob. Of course it would be Winkle Bob here when I make a comment like, a fisherman since he left school, like his dad before him. Winkle here has been fishing the waters around Shelmerston for over 40 years now. I hope he doesn't accidentally cause a small traffic disturbance on the road and rip a van. I'd like to apologize for that whole setup. The console, tiny electronic device. Sure. Could be some circuit board bits and bobs. If such a thing was interactable. Apparently not. Okay. The thermos flask is... I don't think we'll find our quarry there. He's done it again! Miles Humboldt, Shelmerston's most famous sporting superstar, did it again Thursday when he completed the final lap of the Shelmerston course in the Scheller World Cup to be crowned world champion for the 5th time. The volcano, however, continues to cause alarm. I'm frightened. I've decided to stop wearing pants as a show of rebellion against the volcano. That's beside the point. Last week, it was announced that the Queen of the Isles would be suspending its service. That's the Big Fairy, if you weren't here for sessions prior. The Big Fairy, Queen of the Isles. And tomorrow's crossing would be the last for the foreseeable future. Excellent. I see that in the chat. This game is called I Am Dead. Fairly Zen-like, sort of Where's Waldo-y experience. Vaguely Wally-esque. I don't think we're going to find our delicious Grankin side. Maybe in this radio. It's still part of the console, though. Yeah, there we go. No? Really, Grankins, but look at these. Look at how similar this is to what you're... How dare you? It's like exactly what we're looking for. There must just be another radio on the boat. Where's the secret pirate radio where you communicate with smugglers? Tell me. Is it in the hold? Description. The hold of the Maisie Louise can contain up to 7 tons of refrigerated fish. Why, that's 250,000 fish fingers. Are they like hot dogs at all? Tell me. What's in the hold besides 250,000 fish fingers? Huh. The fish are apparently all on, this side. The port? Is it? No, the starboard. Sorry, I didn't know which way we were facing. Okay, we checked the back deck, we checked the galley, we checked Wee Rob's cabin. But maybe I missed a secret pirate radio that he was eating for dessert. No. Alright. Wasn't a radio in the lockers, was there? Because that's really exactly what we need. There's this, but I can't interact. Because I wasn't on the fridge. There we are. Now I can interact with it. I want to look straight through the top. There we go. Pull it in. Lovely. Hello. Thank you for the Discord link. That is so kind of you. And welcome aboard anyone who would like even more saucy euphemisms in their day. My goodness, is it possible? Is it right? Okay, I also am just realizing that I must have left something on the Perseverance there. I always get so excited about the Grankins. We'll come right back because he's on deck with his little thought bubbles. That will be easier to remember. Must have been the Perseverance that had this one. Yes, good. We're looking for a bottle. A bottle of saucy goods in the extra secret compartment, perhaps. We did already find, that, so we're not looking for Grankin things, we're just looking for a bottle. Is this the one? The special reserve. Just a final tipple. Lovely. Now we can go back to the Maisie Louise. And I'll try not to be so forgetful again.
A different kind of spirit to the ones we've been looking for.
What was it I was going to try not to be? Sparky. You get out of here. You... Trying to make dog puns. You get out of here. But know that I love you. And I'm really proud of you for trying. And I also thought it was hilarious. I'm just trying to put on a big man sort of persona. Scolding you. That's not right, Sparky. It's not right to scold you when you're doing your best. Alright, Winkle, I'm really hesitant to know what's in your memories, but let's... And here we go.
When I was a kid, I hated the annual Morlow Cull. I was kept away and found excuses not to be there. Then, aged 10, my dad marched me down to the beach with other men and put a knife in my hand. It was the worst day of my life. I saw Morlows slit from jaw to belly, more blood than you could imagine. I didn't sleep for months after.
You really would have died if you hadn't slept for months afterwards. Take it from me. Take it from me, I'm not a doctor. No, but that's horrible. I'm so sorry, Bob Winkle. And here I was making fun of your name the whole time. You have childhood
I never felt
trauma.
it right that we was killing Morlows, but what could I do about it? I was just a fisherman. One day I see Samfire, the new harbour officer, handing out leaflets on the quayside. Stop that cull.
Who is that? Who's that angry character you added at the end?
I went
Was
along
that
to that first
Samfire?
meeting at the campsite. Greg Litherland was one of the other organisers. It was beautiful. So much hope around that campfire. When I spoke about the pain of the Morlow, it really felt like the young uns were listening. Me, Sam and Greg held regular events to raise funds for badges and patches. I was proud to wear mine on me best
That ought to
Gansey.
help. I mean, I know it's exposure of the issue, but how will the badges and patches really...
There
Never
was
mind.
quite a rift
They look
between us and
lovely.
the old guard. They felt the ban was an attack on our ways. Sam and me took a load of the fishermen out for a beer, and Sam made them listen. They really respected Sam. We got most of them on our side that way.
See that comment in the chat? The voices in this remind you of Fable. Now I just have Chicken Chaser going over and over again in my head. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Chicken Chaser.
By 87, we finally felt like we had enough support to push for change. So the week before the Morlow showed up, we organised a mass dying on the beach. There were loads of us lying down on that sand. Islanders, fishermen, fishfolk all together. And the press showed up, and the mainland TV, and for the first time in 500 years, we stopped that cull.
Right there on live TV, my father shook me awake, put a knife in my hand, and, well, we got to work. We started slitting the lot of them from jaw to... I forget what the second one was. No, this has taken a dark turn. That's not what happened at all. They stopped the cull. Good job.
I'm so glad we don't do that cull anymore. I was proud of Sam and that lot when they finally made the old uns see sense. And, well, I did my part. Held a lot of those early meetings at the museum, we did.
Good for you, Morris. You've provided a venue. There's the word. For all this while, I could only think of vacancy, and that's not right. You've provided a vacancy. What? Thanks, Winkle Bob. All right, so we're looking for a patch. Patch of some sort. I bet it's not where he is. Let us check, perhaps, the galley. Does the patch need to be refrigerated? In the lockers. In his backpack. And... doink! Save the Morlow patch. Handmade and war-dried. Just like my underthings.
Oh,
Just gonna let
I
that one
love
hang in the air for a
Morlows.
second, sorry.
such gentle creatures.
I'm sure they are, Sparky. I wonder what their spirits are like. Can you introduce me? I didn't get to meet many Morlows while I was alive, but here on the other side, I would like the opportunity. Thank you for your time, Winkle. Simon Grundy, you stay out of trouble. I guess it's Solomon Grundy, now that I think of it. Oh well. The joke, oh well! Wow, we're moving on. Alright, somebody's keeping Cthulhu in a small fishbowl. We must find it. We must find Cthulhu in a small fishbowl. Let's go ahead and get the memory out of the way so we know what we're looking for, in case I see it. While we search for Cthulhu.
It was the 6th summer after I spawned that I went to my first
Delicious
Aggie's Day
accent.
ceremony. You know, Aggie, the dry cider who saved the world from cracking in two. We don't go on land until we're 6 years old. It's all swimming, wafting around. Standing up is hard at first. The weight distribution.
Sounds nice.
Anyway, I went up dry side for the ceremony, and that was where I first met Sam.
I could stay in these memories all day. Going up the dry side.
So
Yes,
loud
please.
and hot out there. All that shell blowing. I was bored, and my body felt dry and heavy. I was too young, really. There were souvenir stalls selling bracelets with little stones of polished lava. I wanted one so bad, I would not shut up about it.
Assumedly, we're going for one of those little bracelets
Sam
then.
thought I
I
was
don't know why
fed up.
I'm trying to seem like a
They took me up the
precognitive person.
beach, away to the dunes, and
It's
Sam
fairly
gave me a
obvious.
little polished stone of my own to play with. Had a heart of gold, they did. It wasn't until years later that I found out it was a tiny replica of the one Aggie died on.
Oh, that's not at all
We
inappropriate
became
for
good
children.
friends.
It's fine.
Sam helped a lot. They were always on my side. My pod, we were quite traditional, didn't like us working with the dry siders, but Sam talked me into going for the job as a diver on the new harbour. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I'd have tried.
I heard a little crackling in my headset. I hope that was just the game audio being strange, but let me know. I also see the question, what's for dinner? An excellent question. I have a little white rice and some onions and bell peppers and perhaps some chicken that I'm looking forward to. Likely with teriyaki sauce and something spicy. I have two choices. Let me really go into it. There is, of course, and I have some volcanic sauce left over from a recent wing visit. It's not very Asian in theme, but I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
That stone was my lucky charm. I took it with me when I went for the interview, and I took it down with me when I went on my first dive. I had a pocket, especially in my tool belt.
Don't tell me any more about your special pocket, all right? We're just
Sam
going to go on to the
took
next
me under their
slide.
fin, invited me out to the camel, and let me stay with Hyde on the feather late one. And there were plenty of late ones. Karaoke nights are still my favorites. Every time I feel that lucky stone in my pocket, I think of Sam.
Can you imagine him at karaoke night with this gorgeous voice, just belting out the Kate Bush? Okay. Absolute pleasure to meet you, Coral, and if you'd like to come over for dinner later and maybe just speak to me for a while, I'd sorely appreciate it.
I remember all the
So-
fish folk coming up on the beach for Aggie's Day when I was a lad. Seems less of a big deal these days. I guess they still celebrate it, but, well, it's a lot more sedate. Back then, it was a huge event.
I see this in the chat. Hey, everyone. Long-time listener, Atticus Jackson. First-time caller. Who is this playing? Why, it's me. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. I am a doctor! There. Proof. Proof. So we're looking for his lucky stone. We're looking for some sort of seed-filled tentacle nightmare orb. One of my very favorite types of orbs. Would the lucky stone be in the vending machine? That doesn't seem like a very good place to keep it. But... keep it, but... not under that cricket equipment. There are no tentacles inside the cricket ball. I just had to check. Got wrapped around my own tongue there. Nope. Wasn't that kind of comment. Stop your mming. Oh, goodness, thank you for the subscription there. 27 months. I think you've just barely beat Locke. I hope it was with something sharp and heavy. But just barely. He doesn't deserve that much punishment. It's so nice to see you guys here. Welcome, welcome. What be inside the lockers? Tell me or I'll gut like a Morlow in the past. We don't do that sort of thing anymore, but a mug with a computer mouse in it. That's one of those little egg yolks. I remember those. I'm old enough to have remembered those. Suddenly filled with sadness about my state in life and the future, and never mind. We're moving past it. Alright, I do not see a lucky biscuit, nor the ball of eldritch horror that we desire. How about in the file box? Tea bags. More tea in the file box. Everyone's after that sweet, sweet leaf. Tea bags. Again, you can't get away from them, nor would you want to under any circumstances. It's delicious. Go ahead, try a cup. I think that's like one of those things they put near the sea for some reason. But from that first angle where I first saw it, I had some thoughts. I won't share them, but I had some thoughts from that first angle. What? Put a G in there. Alright. Tangled VGA cables. My goodness, what a blast from the past this is. Floppy disks, VGA cables. Feel like I'm in a time machine. None of that seems to be exactly what we're looking for. A walkie-talkie for telling people that the kettle has boiled. Over. I love it. The McMaster, $3.89. Masterful piece of equipment. Okay, maybe not in the office then. Let us check the crane. What are you holding, crane? Oh, it's another one of those. I see. Mainly nothing in there. How about in the concrete armor unit? Nope. There's a hole in this CAU. You cow. The concrete mixer. Tentacles? No. Oh, tentacles. Disappointed again. Let me just make sure there's not another layer to that before I discount it completely. Yep. Seems good. Alright. Mold piece. CAUs are made by pouring concrete into this 3-part metal mold. Lovely. Coral, he wouldn't have anything for us. No, I guess it could have felon, yes. It's too late for this sort of thing. His lucky rock could have fallen into the mold and now is inside the concrete. So I should check these rather thoroughly. And that's what I... Oh, good. Good. Maybe one of these active ones that is still drying. Nope. Well, I'm beginning to look like a fool out here. Again, it's due to the rubber clown nose, I'm sure. Not my wild incompetence. Nothing in there, seemingly. We checked the crane, we checked the concrete mixer. This is all the office, no extraneous parts. So I must just have missed it somehow. Got a trash can, we got boxes. We got his fine ass in that jumpsuit. I mean, his His fine ass in that jumpsuit is what I meant. No, that's the first one. That's the first thing you said. We did not really check the vending machine, so alright, here we go. It's not tremendously well stocked at the back. After you go through a few layers, you begin to realize that it's all an illusion of capitalist luxury. Fair enough. Pep. Why, that's the same backwards and forwards. Well, kind of. The E screws it up a little, but yeah, we won't mention the E. Alright, nothing hiding in the electronic bits. Alright. I can't interact with any of these. Double checking. Alright. We're going to run out of places to look eventually, and when that day comes... Well, never mind. I can't even consider it. New high-vis jackets. Yeah! New high-vis month is not as exciting as New Mug Month, which is the best month on the barge. You can see why. So I have not found either of these items. A foul mug. Oh, who knows what is festering at the bottom of this? Perhaps a small octopus. Here, puss puss. Here. Nope, it's a pencil sharpener. Sharpener at the bottom of a cup of tea. What a surprise. What will they think of next? But it's not one of the items I'm looking for. So how dare you? It's not in the bottom of this cup of tea. Desk tidy. It's a nice name for it. Coral's toast box. Hey. I don't suppose you keep... Aw, I'm so disappointed in you, Coral. Under the hard hat. They've been cheating! He's been keeping all the aces under here. Ace in the hat. Doesn't really have the same ring to it, but we'll avoid the other way, lest we get brought up on HR. I want to say charges, but that doesn't make any sense. I just want to be brought in to HR. There, I fixed it. Okay, I do not see anything that looks like what we're looking for. I'm assuming this may be... Yep. One of old Gigglemeister's special riddle pamphlets, but we about that now. We did check in that one. We did not really check the makeshift pen pot. Not hidden in the toes of anyone's secret shoes. That's where I would keep it. Nall's lunchbox. Oh, delicious. What's he got? Some sort of meatloaf with an egg in it? Some sort of Scotch egg situation, but big. Some cute little tomatoes. A keyboard. Nothing in there. I'm running out of ideas. Oh no. Oh no. The coat rack! Didn't he say he kept it in his coat? Of course. Silly me. Ah, I have to zoom in further to Coral's coat. I see. There, his carved, polished stone. One item down, at least. There used to be a larger one of these near the beach, in the Outram Hall grounds, but it's in the Shelmerston Museum now. Delightful. Is the one that's in the museum the one that Aggie died upon?
I knew humans were superstitious, but I thought the fish folk would be a bit more savvy.
Do pardon my sippage. Seepage? Goodness me! Why don't you see a doctor man? Like a doctor man, or is that a comma? So where is my crazy swirly bit? I would love to see where the crazy swirly bit is. Oh, that'd be great. We already checked the wall. Nothing in the boots or hat. Boots and hats and boots and hats and... Huh. Somebody let a pelican loose in here. I mean, we didn't check too thoroughly behind the filing cabinets, like behind the files. I hope we don't need to, 'cause I would just hate to touch them. Tangled cables, but not swirly enough for me. So it doesn't really seem like that's what we need. Double check the kettle. Aha! There we go. It's always the kettle. Alright, let's try from the underside. There we go. Alright. Fairly halfway there. I mean, we're barely halfway there, but we're fairly halfway there. We're squarely halfway. Never mind. It's gone on too long. Alright, what's this? The scourge of Shelmerston, Maine, sailing the high seas in search of ships to board and treasures to plunder. Treasure islands, even. Pig, you're wearing an eye patch? You don't need that medically. Is this for aesthetic reasons? When fired onto an enemy ship with a cannon, Pig will bite through the mainmast in seconds. Not to mention what he'll do to the mizzen, bringing the sails and rigging crashing down. Alright, nobody has a memento here. There also does not seem to be a Grankin, but it was well worth the stop for Pirate Pig. Oh, look at that fearsome face and that fearsome shake of the booty. I love Pig's little cameos. Okay. Where else is there a Grankin for me? Jessica, should you be out here? I mean, the water looks like Mountain Dew. Are you sure it's safe? Jessica should probably be facing the water so she can keep a better eye on her kids and Pig. But she's a bit tired of having nonsense shouted at her by tiny pirates. And if one of them happens to fall in, well, they're better swimmers than she is anyway. Jessica! You're in charge. These children are your responsibility, Jessica. Fine. Fine, do what you like. Darren Tuppen, still desiring the tourists to wake up and smell the truth about the volcano. They're never going to get it. No, you should give up, Darren. None of their luggage seems to be... what's the word? Searchable. There. I've thought of a word for once. The Queen of the Isles. Don't you put your hands on your hips. I know we're running a little late and that this is the last ferry before service is cancelled because of the volcanic situation, but you don't have to be so you-know-what about it. So all up in my face with your sassy hip fists. Fine. Alright, we definitely have a memento here. However, I am not seeing a Grankin, weirdly enough. We must need to search around for some other interactable spots for our Grankins. This is also our last memento, so I will save it until we've filled our Grankin pockets greedily. Check to make sure there's nothing past the Queen of the Isles. Does not seem to be. Nothing to interact with on deck besides the ship itself. Just in case Sparky has an opinion. Sparky? Any time now with that epiphany. Oh, sorry. I meant to click on Darren. There you are, buddy. Sure you don't have a Grankin lodged beneath those robes, and that's why... Are you sure, Darren? Be honest with me. I can take it. Just make sure that isn't a building back there. What about the... jail? Nope. Alright. If you insist. So there wasn't one on the pirate ship. There was one on the Perseverance, but we got it, I thought. This gentleman, Sebastian Roberts, does not have a Grankin. checking the water itself to make sure there isn't some sort of undersea segment. Arr. We definitely got one from the Super Goose early on. Oh! It happened again. We don't have one on the seismologists. I'm beginning to wonder if you're wrong on the count, Sparky. Are there in fact 9? Are you lying to me? And that's as far as it goes. Weird. We have 4 more Grankins to find, I believe. But no real indication of where they might be. Just do a little par layering here to make sure it's not just being secretive and shy. Parfait layer it. Oh, I didn't know you could go into just the engine specifically. Let's check the inside of that. Sweet. Super sharp propeller blades. Why, you could dice your worst enemy in moments. Or a dear friend. No, don't go back in his... We've already messed with this man's grey matter enough. No wonder his name is Gich. He can barely even remember who he is anymore. Alright, definitely nothing hiding in here, so I don't know if this is like a 2-parter or something. It has not happened before. We've been able to find all the Grankins in the first area, or whatever you would call it. But now they seem to be a little shy. I guess we should go ahead, do pardon, with the memento, and then we'll check. Cargo hold seems over capacity. It's really none of my business. Yes, here we go. So they must all be on the Queen of the Isles. It's just a very large ship. So we have 2 friendly salt and pepper shakers gently smooching in the violet twilight. What could that be? There's nothing even in there. This equipment is a lie. Equipment is a vicious lie. Alright, I don't know if there's ever going to be. We could keep checking all of them until we feel rumbling. There doesn't seem to be anything of quite that shape. Looks more like a pair of binoculars, perhaps, like just a touch. Slice of them. Check the control console. Don't think it would be small enough to be in the thermos flask. I mean, I guess it could be the imprints of someone's very strangely shaped butt cheeks. That could be what it is. We'll keep... I don't think it's on the chair. I guess, since this is such a large place to search, I should go ahead and figure out what our other item is beforehand. Blythe, take it away. And be ye bonny, I beg of you.
I first met Sam when I sailed the new ferry, the Queen of the Isles, into harbor.
Did not expect him to
Of course,
sound
I'd
like
heard of the
this.
fish folk, but I'd never met one.
I first met
was an
Sam.
amazing pilot. Knew the waters better than any boatman. It was strange, steering a course for someone actually in the water, but we never went wrong with Sam to guide us in.
Oh, hello, hello. It is so nice to see you there. I'm just now noticing our resident mortician poet in the chat. So nice to see you there. With these lovely sentences. Likely fed to the sea. Good morning, then to come in spite of sorrow, and at my window bid good morrow. So nice to see you there. You made pizza rolls and a spicy marinara for dipping. You can't share. I'm over it. It took 3 full gut-wrenching sobs, but I'm over it now. Maybe soon. And someone else has made some... Hey, what did you do, tongue? Why did you make that shape with yourself? Homemade salsa from your favorite Tex-Mex place. House-made salsa. That's why my tongue did that. Because I got confused. Homemade from a Tex-Mex place? I'm so confused. It is so nice to see you all. I'm glad there are delicious treats being devoured around every corner. At every turn, more spicy marinara. Gotta give this memory quite the jiggle.
Next time I was in
And
Shelmerston,
we're moving on.
we went
Good.
for a drink at the Camel. I'm more into bats than beer, but Sam was intriguing, and the atmosphere in there was great. Like a great band, too. Awesome sousaphone player. I think we got on because we were both a little bit on the outside of things.
I've never heard the phrase awesome sousaphone player fill me with that much rumbly, growly glee. Thank goodness you're here, Blythe.
Sam invited me over for toast and hot chocolate. Honestly, hot chocolate doesn't do it for me. But the toast, that multi-seed bread. Sam made the best toast. I told Sam that next to a good cuttlefish bone, that it was my favorite snack. I stayed over. In the morning, we went for a walk along the beach. And just as the sun was rising, I took them flying on my back. We went up and looked down over the islands. Sam wasn't scared at all. They said it was like swimming through the air. It was on
this
the
is
next
lovely.
trip to Shelmerston.
What a
We
lovely
just sighted
morning.
land when Sam's head popped out of the water right beside my berth and passed me a fresh cuttlefish bone, carved especially for me.
It's so cute.
When we moved in together, it was the best day of my whole life. I put that cuttlefish bone on my bedside table within beak reach. I still look at it every day, every single day.
The subtle symbology of his favorite thing being cuttlefish bones and his new favorite thing being to cuddle a fish is not lost on me. I love it. Blythe,
I
what a pleasure
just
to meet you.
remembered that time Blythe and I did a duet at the karaoke. Oh, I can't believe I agreed to it. Must have had a few too many.
Girls just wanna
I
have
never
fun.
knew how Sam and Blythe met.
I can see it, Morris. I can see it now. Oh, girls. Alright, so we are looking for something shattered and or torn in his room, as well as the cuttlefish bone throughout the rest of the ship. Let's give a quick peek in here for that, and then we'll return to where we were searching earlier. Oh, I forget the logo we were searching for. I mean, it could be Kipper Tails, yeah. It could be... Almost. Almost. Lovely. Five out of 9. We're getting there, Sparky. Thanks to your ravenous nose. Alright, I guess I'd better do a thorough search for the cuttlefish bone in here, even though I'm sure they wouldn't put it, like, right next to him. For challenge's sake, surely not. Blythe's sausages. Well, this is private. We'd better just leave these alone. No, let's do the full cross-section then. Fair enough. So he has some other cones here. I don't believe those are the ones we're looking for. Maybe he kept it in this sealed bottle of fresh... I don't know how, but he looks like he could be a magician with a jacket like that. The tea urn, with subtle tastes of cuttlefish. Of Sam and Blythe. Ah, look at these dapper sailors out for a sunset walk. Fills me with pride, it does. Alright, weird that we cannot search the cargo hold at all, but I believe you. The wheelhouse, then. Alright, we're looking for an old-timey telephone. No, I don't quite know what it is. But look at these cakes. It's Treat Friday, apparently. And boy, have they delivered. How do they make the pattern inside a Battenberg? It's a trade secret. But let's see. Oh, it all makes sense now. Yes, I know exactly how they make... No, you gotta tell me. You gotta give me the cookbook. No, don't give me the cookbook. Ow! Ow. Hand it to me next time. Victoria Sponge. I feel as though the battle is still ongoing, to have claimed victory so soon, but sure. Ooh! 6 out of 9. Thank you, Sparky. We'd better give a quick check for Cuttlefish Bone. Has anyone seen where I placed my sextant? It's used to measure the angular distance between a celestial body and the horizon, don't you know? Principally used in nautical navigation to estimate latitude and longitude. Or longitude, if you prefer. Though I've always said longe, like a lozenge. I don't really know why. Frankly, it's caused me a lot of problems in life. Ah, you threw the cookbook! I knew it! I knew I wasn't bruised for no reason. It's not hiding beneath the chair cushions. Good. Alright, you guys enjoy Eat Friday. I'll be back. I'll be back for some of that Battenberg. Don't you? Oh, their tea has lices in it. What a naughty little secret that is. And this late in the game. Back deck again. Trying to avoid making too many scandalous comments, and you're constantly pushing me towards the back deck. Plenty of souvenirs. Cute little rubber pencil topper. There. Had to split those apart before they caused any more trouble. Like rowdy teens. Water pistol. That kind of looks like it, doesn't it? One looks like a bush. Carry on, good Cyclops bush. We appreciate you. Alright, no cuttlefish in here, and if there was, how dare these tourists steal? How dare you steal his sentimental mementos? His sentimentos, if you will. Pick and mix. Oh, what did you get? What did you pick? What did you mix? Some fish in here? Nice. Nice. Selfie stick. Well, to each his own. Takes all kinds, I guess. Just a sensible collection of sweaters. Use packing light with your sensible collection of sweaters. We've got a kazoo, army man, some sort of, I don't know, flute? Is it? Is it a long whistle? And a little Grankin statue. Half the fun is just spying on people's taste. Big Grankin fan in here. Been to the museum. Good on you. Did we already check this one? Oh. Sensible collection of sweaters, pardieu. Fair enough. I think we did check that one. Yep. And just in case. Yeah, okay. We're good on the back deck. Sorry. Down to the compass it is then. Serving drinks and light refreshments, including a wide range of nuts and seeds. Have to speed it up there at the end. Huh. Somebody's been playing a Windows 95 screensaver in here. Yeah, that's a reference for the kids. You enjoy that topical reference, kids. behind the bar, do you have pipes and such? Well, you were gonna have a screwdriver until you realized you had no more orange juice. I'm so sorry. I guess it's just the vodka. Just straight vodka. I hope you have something else to mix it with. Beer pumps, likely candidate. But not buzzing. I thought there was going to be some additional pumpage beneath. Okay, let me just back up. When I asked for additional pumpage beneath, no, I didn't mean... never mind. Crisp selection. I find these all to be very crisp indeed. Failing times. That's about it. Okay, no pipe dreams there for us. Let's check the booth. Someone's playing Jenga. Or a non-branded, non-copyrighted version of... Yep, stack it! You gotta stack 'em, but watch out you don't stack it! I don't get that joke, but I'm sure if I had the right cultural upbringing, it would make perfect sense to me. Oi! You about to stack it, mate? Something like that? I'm learning. The tangential gaze, new voices from the edge of meaning. It was oddly soothing to say out loud. Okay. Ah, it could be the channel that the pool balls go into, locked beneath, yes. It was not my first thought, but genius. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. A rough week. Long and stressful. How dare you describe my life to me? I'm glad we can commiserate together with a little gentle, casual gaming. I would give you a high five, but I'm not physically there. I don't exist. But here, take that as you will. Okay, so I don't think we're going to find his cuttlefish bone here, and we already found... I don't need to spend too much more time poking around in people's private affairs. Now we're back in action. Our dual butt cheeks. Where would those be? Where do I keep my... Aha. This looks like the spot. Put the little hats on them, and we're ready to go. Nine out of 9, perfect. All Grankins found. All Grankins found on a Friday night. Let's turn off all of the lights. We'll fumble around in the dark for each other. And if you want to misconstrue that high five sound, you're welcome to. It's not much of a happy little ditty, but I hope it was worth 3,000 bits. Keep his cuttlefish bone. We've checked most places on the back deck and the compass. We can return there if needed. Let me make sure I didn't miss something obvious in his room, like beneath the sink, for example. Cannot seemingly zoom into it. We checked the tea urn. We cannot check the bell. Let me make sure it's not, like, behind the painting. Behind. Don't think it'll let us. The cribbage game. Cribbage, as I call it. Hidden deep within. That's the secret peg slot, which is really the funnest part of playing cribbage. I'm not meaning to, like, poo-poo whoever invented cribbage, but the secret compartment's great choice. We checked his shirt. We did not check his ketchup bottle. I guess there's nothing for it. Nothing for it but to check the ketchup bottle. We cannot zoom into the cuttlefish bones. Let me check his shirt once more, just because it smells so nice. Like a cushioned toucan dream. And I cannot look beneath the sink. Okay. Captain, your private cabin. I shouldn't be in here. Super weird that we can't check the cargo hold. That, of all places, is where I was most looking forward to rummaging around for passenger secrets. And yet, been denied. We looked pretty thoroughly in the ship controls, considering that we for one more pass. Nothing. Aha, cuttlefish carving. How did I waltz right past that? Oh well. I'll have to forgive myself someday. There. That should be all of the mementos here at the
I
Shelmerston.
love finding these on the beach.
Is this on Steam? I don't know. I would assume it is. If it's on Xbox, it must be. It is very cute and very lovely. I think Annapurna is the publisher, if that helps you find it at all. And it's called I Am Dead, which I'm sure you already know. But I would love for you to find it, because I have been having such a good time. It's one of those games that just lets you kind of zone out and make saucy euphemisms. That's exactly what I need right now.
Oof. This is an easy scent profile. I'm coming, Sam.
Alright. So sorry, I was checking my phone there for a moment. Let us go find his ghostly bits. And if we have time for it, his ghostly Bob Winkles. Whoosh. Come with me. What did I do wrong? What did I do to offend you? There. Just needs a bit of rough treatment. He's a little good cop, bad cop. Fine. I'll be the good cop then. I mean, this might be the last session ever. Do I really want an opportunity to sing the never-ending story go right past? I do. But still, it's the never-ending story. Alright, take them. Take your Bob Winkles. He's upside down. I hope that there's a mattress down there for when he recorporealizes. Into ghost form? I guess that doesn't really make sense. Oh, he's got ghost toast! Yes! Happy ending.
Ahoy there, Samfire.
Morris, Barky! Lovely to see you both. Well, for you two.
Well, we wanted to ask you something.
Pleasure to meet you,
It's
sir.
about...
She doesn't have long left now, does she? Poor thing.
No, not long at all. We were hoping you might replace her as custodian.
Oh, Morris. I spent years of my life as harbour master trying to keep people from meddling with nature. I don't feel any differently now. I'm appreciative of all Aggie has sacrificed for us, but the island spirit isn't evil. It just needs to erupt from time to time. And if it
That's fair.
needs to now, let it,
All need
I
to
say.
erupt from time to
Let
time.
nature do what it must. As the fish folk say, the tides will tell.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam, I hear that. I really
Tides.
do.
Keep your
No.
mouth shut, Tides.
No, Morris. We can't just give up.
Now, we'll talk about this in a bit, Sparky. Sam, it's always good to see you. Will you be around later?
I think I will. A volcanic eruption is a rare and beautiful thing. I think I'd like to see it.
I'm so glad. So glad someone appreciated my never-ending story. So assuming we're headed on down towards the end, I don't know if there's like one more sequence or if it's
Okay,
mostly a
we
cutscene.
just need to
from
talk to
here.
Aggie. She'll know what
Let's
to
find
do.
out together.
No, Sparky. I've been thinking about it, and I think Samfire's right. I think it's maybe time to let the town go.
No, Morris. It's
But
not.
the toast.
No, it's all right, Sparky girl.
I mean, I guess the volcano
over.
eruption will just sort of speed
isn't
the
my
toast
town
process
anymore.
along, but
The only ones around
Then it
here
might be
who
hard to
remember
make more
me are
afterward.
Ghosts.
That's not true.
No, it is. But that's all right. Truly it is. Everything for a season and all that. And I miss the people I knew. The people who've moved on. I want to see them again. I think I will take Pete Nochop on his offer and head into the west with him. Shelmerston doesn't need Morris Lupton any longer.
Morris
I
Lupton.
do.
You will not give up. You have been granted a precious responsibility and you will honor it.
Sparky?
Sparky.
Sorry about that. Remember when I told you I was mostly Sparky? I am, but mostly.
Then what else are you?
I am the rock that you stand on. The wood you people built this town from. The magma bubbling beneath your feet. I am Shelmerston. And right now I want to erupt. But I have also made connections to the things that live here.
Yeah, like belly rubs and
Connections
stuff.
I want to keep alive.
Really want to let the belly rubs die?
Need you, Morris.
Right. Well,
And I'm still your Sparky. And I need
That's
you,
a good
Morris.
puppy.
We all do.
Sparky.
I know you feel forgotten. I know you want to move on. I do too, but I can't until I wrap up this last bit of unfinished business. Will you try one last avenue with me? If we still can't
Well, sure.
find a solution, then I'll be done. It'll all
It'd be my
done.
pleasure.
And we can go into the west together. Please.
All right, Sparky.
Morris,
One
what say you?
last try. But who else is there to talk to?
Aggie.
Aggie? But where is she?
Aggie
She's
bud.
everywhere, isn't she?
She is. But I can sniff her out. I just need some mementos.
But where would we find mementos from back then? Oh, of course.
The museum
Back to your
itself.
museum, Morris.
Yes. Off we go. For the final treasure hunt. The treasure is friendship. I see the question in the chat there. What games do you usually play? Bit of everything, really. We just finished up a long, 180-some episode playthrough of Elden Ring.
Ah,
To great
well,
effect.
it's reopened.
We've done
well, I
some
suppose
Resident
that's
Evil
good.
games, of course,
You
the
need to
original
keep up the
Dark
footfall.
Souls trilogy, etc.
Everything has to move on.
Bit of everything.
Yes, but, still your museum, Morris. It wouldn't be here without you.
Ah, it was never my museum, Sparky. It was Shelmerston's. It's changing, but... I think it should. So, what happens now? How do we find 4,000-year-old memories?
Ah, come with me, Morris. There's one more thing I ought to show you.
Okay, Sparky.
Take it away, Sparky. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you. Nope, it's all up to me. Fair enough. Usually is. The more local. So are these not like thought bubbles? Am I looking for something new this go around? Or does anyone have memories for me? Seemingly not. I must be looking for something new.
Well,
Aha!
don't suppose
the
I'll ever look at
skulls.
Aggie's room the same way again, will I?
Morris, take a look at those skulls, please.
The skulls? But they have memories inside them?
Literally can't tear my eyes away from them,
Morbid,
Sparky.
Not quite. Look, I didn't explain this before because I felt things were confusing enough, but that slicing is a bit more powerful than I've led you to believe.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Well, we aren't limited to memories of people who are alive. People are bounded by time, but memories aren't. Check it out.
Ooh, yes, Jedi Fallen Order. I think we did a playthrough of that as well. And greatly looking forward to the second one. So I have additional slicing power that you've kept from me until now. Sparks, why would you do that? The Bronze Age human skull. Excellent dental care.
Oh, I didn't think dead stomachs could get queasy, but here we are. Where are we, Sparky?
When are we, Morris? This
The Bronze
is Shelmerston
Age.
in Aggie's time. You should be able to find some memories of her here.
You are some dog, Sparky.
That was meant as a compliment. I know I didn't clarify very well. You are some dog. No, literally, like, most flattering possible sense. The hunters. Lomul is sharpening his harpoon while Burwall prepares for this afternoon's bow practice. Judging from these tight groupings, you need more practice. All right. So there is definitely a whole nother sequence. I was not correct at all about it being close to the end. Unap's hut. The children of the village often received a daily lesson from the current chief of the village. The question, I guess, becomes, should I continue for a whole nother sequence? Or should I off and away to find something to find something eat? It is getting a little late where I am, though I do not feel like stopping at all. I also don't feel like chewing directly into your ear. So, maybe we can save this Bronze Age segment. I keep coming up with trios of words that all share a syllable, and then I run them together for next time, though I hate to run off so swiftly on you here. Thank you for hanging out for quite a while with me. I will go feed myself, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be back in here to either put a cap on it or find out where the next long time-traveling segment is hiding away from us. Looking forward to it. Thank you guys for your questions, and for hanging out with me, and for tolerating my saucy euphemisms. Fit that in once more before I go. It has been an absolute pleasure. I will throw some moons at you in the chat to symbolize my undying affection, and I will see you very soonish. I hope that it is a good weekend for all. Congratulations, you, on making it through. I appreciate your time, your kind attention, and I will see you about this close to your face, next time. Smooches for now. Bye.